So, hello Natasha, thank you so much for taking part in our video project for the law school. I'm going to ask you a few questions about what your life is like as a paralegal at the firm and ask you for any further advice for any of our students that want to be a paralegal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so first could you introduce yourself and your role?
So I'm Natasha Kent. I work in the public law department within Morecambe Young. So I mainly, there's public law and private law, and I work in public law, so it's a lot where the local authority are involved. Children might be neglected or abused, so it's quite, it's different to what you would see in public law where it's contact issues and residency.
Okay, thank you. And what type of work do you undertake in your role?
So I do a lot of meeting with clients, taking statements from them. I draft briefs to counsel. So we often instruct counsel on matters for long hearings, like they're called fact-finding hearings. So we would often instruct counsel, so I would brief them on the case. I will read long documents or police disclosure, medical evidence, some expert reports which are really interesting.
Fantastic, so quite a range of work.
Yeah.
So what's a typical week like? You come in on Monday, what does your week look like?
It's busy. So it is very busy. Normally it's sort of just running day to day of the file. So the Fiona has conduct of the file, and then they'll just ask me to do, sometimes it's admin tasks,
Right.
just send an email. Sometimes it is considering like lengthy documents, like expert reports, and sort of report back to the Fiona. I do attend public law meetings. So initially when the local authority get involved with the clients, they have a little meeting. We would go and represent them there, just to give them a little bit of advice. So it's good to sort of, it's a range of things that I do in my working week, which makes it interesting.
It's great to have all that diversity, isn't it? All right, lovely. So the next sort of questions are really about your career and your career development. Why did you choose the legal sector?
So I've always wanted to do it since I was younger, actually. I wanted to become a judge. From when I was young, I don't know why, it was just something that I had always seen on TV and thought, I'd like to do that. And then it's challenging, it's different every day. You don't do the same thing every day, and I didn't want to just have a job where I just do the same thing every day, and it's different every day.
Great. And what attracted you to paralegal training?
So it's a bit more responsibility than like a legal assistant. So a legal assistant is, there is more admin involved with a legal assistant, whereas a paralegal, you do have that bit more responsibility. You can meet with clients a lot more, not necessarily provide them with advice, but you can sort of assist the Fiona. So I prefer to do the paralegal than the legal assistant, because it's more hands-on, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So in your role, it's wide and varied. What are some of the challenges you face in the role during your working week?
Probably time management. A lot of the time, especially with care, we find that things come up urgently, and you have to drop everything that you're doing and just focus on this one thing. That can be quite challenging sometimes. Trying to get back on track on what you've done previously. But it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes.
I'm sure. And what about then on the flip side, successes? So what makes it all worth it?
We do see some clients who just completely turn their life around. So we'll see them at the beginning of the case where the local authorities have concerns and the way they're looking after the children, and then they've completely changed by the end of it. They've done everything that's been asked of them. They've really got help from themselves, and they want the best of the children. So that's really nice to see, sort of the comparison at the beginning of the case at the end.
Fantastic. You're really part of people's lives then,
aren't
you?
Yeah, definitely.
So what key qualities do you think a paralegal needs to have to be successful?
I think time management's a key one, definitely. Sort of to be able to prioritise tasks. A lot of our court hearings and court dates, they take priority over anything else, and sort of being able to recognise that does take priority, and it has to. Also communication skills, it's a basic skill really, but it's really important in this role because you communicate with a wide variety of people, barristers, other solicitors, clients, so communication is really important as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are your hopes for your career?
I hope to continue with legal training. So I've just finished my apprenticeship, and I can hope to continue to carry on to eventually become fully qualified.
Fantastic.
Fully qualified.
Yeah. How did you find out about the role of paralegal?
So I originally applied to uni, and then I wasn't 100% on uni. Yeah. So I had a look on like job sites online, and then the paralegal apprenticeship came up. So I seen that advert and I was like, oh, I think I'd be really interested. I like the hands-on sort of, I do learn from working, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I like hands-on experience. So I chose that path instead.
Fantastic. And final question. What kinds of development activities do you take part in as part of your training? So is there any talks you go to, or is there any news sites that you like read up on? Anything that you do to kind of stay up to date with what's happening in the legal sector?
So within my apprenticeship, that was one of the things that I had to do, was to keep up to date with the law. So I'm signed up to like newsletters.
Lovely.
And I did have to undertake some training through my apprenticeship. About keeping updated. So I'm a member of Silex, so they send you newsletters.
Great.
Yeah.
So staying up to date, do you find that really helps you to kind of stay involved with the job, and that you feel like you've got the best kind of knowledge available?
Yeah, because a lot of the time, like I said, I meet with clients a lot of the time, and they can often ask questions, and if you're up to date with everything, you can then say, oh, actually, I know that question, I can answer that for you.
Yeah, so it gives you a bit of confidence, doesn't it, staying up to date?
Yeah, definitely.
Lovely. Do you have anything that you would like to add in terms of advice being a paralegal? We have lots of students that undertake paralegal work either during their degree or afterwards. Anything that you'd give them advice in terms of getting stuck into the role?
I just think just go for it, really. I obviously didn't go to uni. I undertook an apprenticeship instead, and I think the hands-on experience that you get with being a paralegal or a legal assistant, it's really valuable, no matter whether that be a training contract that you do or through an apprenticeship. I learn the most personally when I'm on the job. So I've learned so much since I started here.
So get involved, hands-on, and you found it easy to balance your study with work and everything?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was difficult at times. We went through a period where it was really, really busy, but you always have it in the back of your head that essentially this is helping you sort of build your career in the future. So you need to make sure that you're balancing it well, because they're both really important. Although work's important, the studying is also really important as well.
Yeah, I think that's good advice for any kind of training people do, is that if you can see the long-term picture, it helps you get it done now, doesn't
I know when I was, at times I thought, oh no, I don't know if I can do this anymore, but eventually I got where I wanted to be, so yeah. It's worth it.
Great, excellent advice. Right, thank you so much, Natasha.
Okay, thank you.
And we look forward to speaking to you again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.